Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smiths in the Black, and on the weekend vid, we're going to take a look here. We're starting off a new month, and we're a little bit red on the SPY, and so we're watching this try. It's still early. If we go to the weekly, always hear me say this, what's the next two? What are we closest to? At this point, we're still closer to a 2 down, but we're like middle of the range, or, lower end of the range. So we'll see, can we get up through that, or puke? So if we go to QQQ, a little worse. So 222 had that nice 2-2 weaker to the downside. And if we go to the month, still hurting. Still an inside month, but so far as we know, hurting. So if we go to the daily, 3 days, and a bunch of this stuff. So we're gonna let them open, like I always say. And Apple. Okay, so Apple tries day out. And if we go to the monthly, once again, here, how do you get out of this 3-month range? You're closer to taking these guys out and then triangling that out. As far as we know, starting off the new month. If you go to the week, oh boy, 2-2 weaker, a lot of tech, real heavy, and we'll get to that in just a second. But on the week, how are you going to change this? At best, you're probably an inside week, right? You got some distance to cover on that Apple, so still hurting on that. If we go to the small cappers, and small cappers, once again, close to being an inside week and starting off a new month. So things got to break. Right now we're red on the month, but early on the month. If we go to the bonds, TLT. Ugh, boy. Bonds having all sorts of trouble. Inside month, but red, still hurting. If we go to the weekly, here, inside week, closer to being an inside week to the downside. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, so we don't have to waste a lot of time here because there's going to be a lot of things going every which way. Diamonds we know have been a little bit stronger, right? So, but how are you going to break this week? What's the next two, right? We always want to know that because on the monthly, compared to everything else, he had a real nice month, and now it just kind of stalls out up into here. And daily, a lot of things dojing out. We'll see how that goes. Not too much going on there, but we can keep an eye on CAT. And CAT, this monthly, here, that was real nice, that 2-2 month. And this is your big monthly broadening formation starting to come up on it. So keep an eye on CAT. That tells you deer and AGCO. Boeing, believe it or not, trying to come out of the ashes inside month and up. So how do we ever get out of this? Maybe never, but even if you can come up through here, that's something to, obviously it's always newsy, so we'll see. Transports, not much going on here either. And trannies starting off the new month, tries to go 2-2, then stalls out on the week. Doji, how do you get outside of that, right? For some newer folks to the strat, we always want to look at how close we are to the next two, how many things are twoing in the same direction, and so we just don't have that right right now. So we'll let them open. If we go to the Utes and utilities, doji week. However, on the month, if we can get it going, that would be a 3-2-2 month to the upside here, above 68.92. We're not there, but we can keep an eye on that if they start taking a defensive posture. If we go to the financials, okay, doji month, trying to come up through here like a lot of things weekly. How do you get outside of that? We'll see. Like something like Goldman Sachs had a nice, better week there, so we'll see how that goes because it is 2 up on the month here, and we'll see how that goes with stuff like Morgan Stanley. Not so much. So things got open. So our boy all year has been XLE. What do you know? Coming up to take these guys out. 93.31, almost there. OIH here, coming up to take out this 3. So doji to start off, but we know that's our boys, and we know all year it's been Oxy and Chevron and Exxon and all that kind of stuff. See how they go. But as you can see, it's like early in the month, so a lot of dojis there. If we go to XRT, retail, okay, kind of stuck in here doing nothing. 3 months sideways here. Tried to take them out up in here and then come back down. So we'll see. If we look at the big boys like Walmart here, trying to come back through this try, but like a lot of things, had a nice start to the week and then just a little back off. So we want to stay on these weeklies. What side of this week do we take out? Costco, here, backs off on the week for the month to start off the new month. Still an inside month. If we go to target, stock. All these months just stuck in here doing nothing. So not much to see there just yet either. Now, if we go to tech, here's where the problems lie. Go to XLK. And XLK not totally getting killed, but it is red on the month. And if you go to the week, here, that was a 2-2 week to the downside, right? If we go to SMH, a little better, outside week. So, we'll see how that goes. But, if we go to Microsoft with the XLK, that's going to be Apple and Microsoft for the most part. And Mr. Softy, oof, look out. Now, you got some exhaustion risk by going into recent lows. But, like a lot of these big boys, they're taking out last month's lows. And so we know that tech's been a problem, with the 10-year yield and all that kind of stuff. If we go to Meta, oh boy. How's it going, Zuck? Not so good. Still fuking. Weekly, back into the low. So you have some exhaustion risk. If we take that out, that would get my attention. But so far, still selling off Amazon. We've known about all this stuff because of the macro vids. Amazon still having problems, closer to 2 in its week down, taking out last month's lows. Oh boy. We got Netflix. How's it going, buddy? Okay, Netflix a little better, but now you've got all these pivots to take out to potential be the 3-2 down here, outside month, and then boom. If you go to the weekly, here, there's your 2-2 reversal, and you're closer to 2 and yourself down. If we go to Google, oof, still brutal, and, like I said, with these big boys on the month, that's a Momo shooter. 2 down on the month, as far as we know. And then if we go to Tesla's, and Tesla's is still inside month, but getting a lot closer to taking this stuff out, because those guys are going to be out there like, here's my support level. Boom, take them out. So if you go to the weekly, you'll see this 2 up by stopping all these guys out, and then potential 3-2-2 to the downside. So we've known for a while that energy's been our strength, tech has been our weakness. Push me, pull you type of market right now. We got more earnings coming out this week, but as we get deeper into the month, we're still first week of the month, that we'll see, does all this stuff line up? Because if it doesn't, then you have these broader averages going back and forth and doing nothing. But we've seen these themes all year. We've been on these themes. Tech weak, energy strong, period. And so until that changes, what's the next 2? All right, that's going to do it for this weekend. I'm Rubs with the Smith Black with the weekend vid.